Hi, I'm Liz, taking you through some of the things people are talking about and the stuff they're sharing around the world on Newsfeed today. The biggest factor that determines who gets the new coronavirus. Stuck in no man's land between Turkey and Greece, we'll bring you one refugee's story. And the sweetest sing-along by troops on their way home. Top of our newsfeed today, the haves and have-nots of the coronavirus. And I'm not talking about those who are infected and those who aren't. I'm talking about how COVID-19 is dividing the rich and poor, from the ability to take time off from work and work from home, or being able to afford supplies and healthcare. Ultimately, it's the more well-off who will be more well-off. Reagan breaks it down.
It was a black Monday for investors, as fears over the coronavirus stripped billions off the world's stock exchanges. But it's at the other end of the financial spectrum that the virus will hit the hardest. In 2016, the Center for Disease Control found that people living below the poverty line are twice as likely to be hospitalized for flu. Many have no sick leave entitlement, so they stay working for longer. Low-paying jobs are less likely to offer health insurance. Poorer neighborhoods have fewer doctors. Studies show doctors are less likely to prescribe medicine to low-income earners. It's clear the burden of the illness won't be shared equally. So Democratic presidential candidate Bernie Sanders has called the coronavirus vaccine to be administered for free once it's developed. In Hong Kong, nearly 70% of low-income families cannot afford to buy masks or disinfectants. And workers in the gig economy worldwide are worried as companies tell employees to stay home or self-isolate. If they don't work, they don't get paid. Some of the uber-rich have found ways to escape the chaos, hiring private jets or wearing specially designed face masks. And while Elon Musk has called the panic about the virus dumb, others have put their money to good use. Bill Gates, Alibaba founder Jack Ma, and Hong Kong's richest man Li Ka-shing collectively pledging over $100 billion to fight COVID-19.
This morning, 16 million Italians woke up to find out they were on a lockdown. Yep, that's the whole country, which is the worst hit by the coronavirus outside China. The Prime Minister has ordered people to stay home and seek permission for essential travel. No sports, no school, no nightlife. But let's remember, Italy is a democracy, so there are plenty of questions about how the government can actually enforce the rules and whether or not people will obey them. We spoke with Jacopo Valtellina from the Northeast to ask.
I was relieved in a way even because a lot of people were underestimating the problem. The way I am, I don't usually, when there's something like this, I don't tend to underestimate it. If anything, I tend to overreact a little bit. So I don't think I overreacted before. Yeah, again, once I decided about the lockdown, I was actually relieved. Is that a few days ago, they actually told the people that the problem is there's simply too many people affected and they can't look after all of them in the hospitals. The other thing is that a lot of doctors and nurses are getting infected, and that also it could be something that creates chaos because you go to the hospital to get cured and the doctors there are getting infected too. But the scarier thing is when they say that now they need to decide that they simply can't look after everyone. To be honest with you, it's worse every day because people now are actually taking it seriously, which, that's why I was saying I was a little bit relieved about these strong restrictions. A couple of weeks ago, even last week, they were saying, you gotta go on with your life. And there were some, those hashtag movements like hashtag Milan doesn't stop. And, there were stories of people posting a photo, having aperitivo, and Milan doesn't stop. The president of the region of Lombardy took one of those selfies with some friends having a few drinks, and the week after he got infected. All of his friends and acquaintances, people who were there with him. So the mood on the streets, there's no one there. It's like it's surreal. It's like, you know, those apocalypse movies. I'm lucky because I have a studio at home, a home studio. I was used to be a musician, so I still do it as a hobby. It's not my job anymore. So I'm lucky to have that to keep me busy, because I could go on, you know, for hours and hours every day, like when I was younger. The other thing, as everyone knows, football is huge here. Yesterday they decided for the best. You know, all games are going to stop. I think this week there's still a little bit of the Champions League international games. My club is playing tonight in Spain. I was supposed to go there, actually, obviously, and this is in Spain, it's not in Italy. The stadium is closed to everyone, not just people who come from Italy. So obviously I can go as well as anyone else who wanted to go. They're going to broadcast the game live, so I'll watch that. The stadium will be empty.
Let's have a look now at some other things that caught our eye on social media. American tennis legend Serena Williams makes no secret about being a kick-ass working mum, winning Grand Slams after giving birth to her daughter Olympia. But like any mum, privacy or a bit of alone time is still hard to come by with a toddler. This video of Olympia not allowing her mum to vlog her morning routine has been viewed more than 1 million times.
Show you too.
I don't eat you.
It's morning and I want to have a refreshed face.
Why would anyone want to watch someone else playing video games? I don't know, but a lot of people do. The new Call of Duty game called Warzone is being released today. It's free and allows multiple players to fight and explore the game together. But ultimately, the goal is to be the last player standing. It's the latest social game popularised by the likes of Fortnite, where players around the world can work together and speak to one another. A refugee crisis is unfolding at the border of Turkey and Greece. Tens of thousands of asylum seekers have been trying to break through since Ankara announced more than a week ago that it would no longer stop people trying to cross into the EU. Now, Turkey's land border remains open, but Greek police have used rubber bullets and tear gas to stand firm. We met one Syrian refugee desperate to make it to Europe.
حياة عبارة عن اسم واسم مستعار. أنا اسمي أيمن نهراوي ومعروف باسم علي. طقب علي هذا الاسم ومشيت بالحياة بهذا اللقب، لا أنه حقيقة ولا أنه حلم. هذا صار فينا نحن السوريين، وكل شخص اغترب، ومن بلد لبلد بلشنا نأسس وما يتأسس معنا شيء. عملت حالي وطلعت لليونان، فت بأراضي اليونان وقطعت ومشيت يوم 2 و3 و4. قطعت من الأكل والشرب وكل شيء. هم لقطونا هون اليونانيين وسلمونا، وبأثناء تسليمنا نحن بشكل عام يعني خلص إنه سلمت حالك بأمان لازم تصير. شتمونا، صار ضرب، لوصلنا وجو قطعونا كمان بالبر وجابونا لهون ورجعنا لمنطقة الصفر. هاي الإنسانية اللي بيحكوا عنها بقول لك نحن الإنسانية عندنا موجودة. دول أوروبية بتقول لك نحن الإنسانية عندنا الحيوان قبل الإنسان. وصلنا كذا يوم هون بالبرد والهواء والمطر وكل شيء مستحملين، بس ما يكون كل الدنيا علينا. اجاني طفل اليوم وإن شاء الله يكون فاتحة خير علي وعيلتي اللي بعيد عنهم، اللي هن بدولي وأنا بدولي، وراح أسعى وأحارب وأضل أقاوم لحتى أفوت لدولة أوروبية وأخذ أولادي لعندي ضمن لصدري. شوفوا إن شاء الله أيام قريبة بطلع وبجمعهم لعندي وأعيشهم حياة كريمة، يدرسوا ويتعلموا وما يذوقوا المرار اللي ذقناه نحن. مستحيل إنه أقدر أرجع لهم، بدي أرجع. إذا بلدي ضيعتي، بيت العيلة كله راح، ومناطق واصلة كلها النظام. هلا إنه في أمل إنه أرجع لها مستحيل. إنه أتراجع من هي الخطوة إذا بدي ضل يوم واثنين وثلاثة و10 و20 و30 وشهر وشهرين قاعد هون على البوابة لحتى يفتحوها وأفوت لجوا. إني أتراجع ما راح أتراجع نهائياً.
Let's go around the world now for some other stories you need to know this Tuesday.
With the sweating.
During that disastrous BBC interview, Prince Andrew promised to voluntarily help with the investigation into convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. But in what's likely to come as a shock to absolutely no one, New York prosecutor says the royal has completely shut the door on cooperating. Now, after Epstein's suicide, authorities vowed to continue to investigate the sex trafficking ring. New York's prosecutors are considering their options on how to get Prince Andrew to make good on his promise. Twitter has made a $2 billion deal to keep Jack Dorsey on as CEO. Basically, Elliott Management, an activist investor firm, bought a lot of Twitter shares and wanted Dorsey out. Now the firm has agreed to use that stake to shake up the company's board and replace 2 members with its own nominees. It's an expensive compromise on Twitter's part, which has never bought back any of its shares before. But it saved Dorsey's part-time CEO gig for now. Canada's government is trying to make conversion therapy illegal. That's the dangerous and ineffective practice of trying to force LGBTQI people to change their gender identities. That's no one's business, especially not someone trying to profit from it. The government has introduced legislation carrying out one of Justin Trudeau's 2019 election promises. "11-year-old Isabella from Florida has never been able to bend her fingers and pick something up. Now, as a Star Wars fan, she asked for an R2-D2 style bionic arm. Her family had to crowdfund it, and it's been a great success. Then someone caught on.
My daughter Chelsea was showing me the video of you with your R2-D2 arm. And you're the first person to get one of those, aren't you? Oh man, that is fantastic. Wow.
I can pick stuff up. Like.
That is great. That is so fantastic. So now I heard you're a Star Wars fan, but I have to tell you, I'm a big fan of yours. I'm so proud of you. I'm so happy that you were able to have this happen for you. Force be with you always.
May the force be with you.
Looks like she's got the force to me. Now, last up, there's a viral video from West Virginia National Guard of their troops trying to fly home after an 11-month deployment in the Middle East. What else could they be singing? Have a look. Heartwarming. Now that's all from the Newsfeed team. Reach out to me with your questions, comments, complaints, suggestions, whatever you like at Lizzie Maddock. You'll find us 24/7 on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to our Newsfeed channel. See you tomorrow.